Good morning, everybody. I'm Bart Winkler, my dear friend Ryan Horvat. It is the Friday Picks Show, and this week we've got playoff games to pick. Maybe one of the, on paper, like least entertaining probable weekends in playoff history. Before that, though, and we'll start the show. And if this is how you found out, I have to be the bearer of news. We always wondered, like, when the retirement would come. Would he do it after a season? Would he announce right away? Kevin Harvick is retiring after the 2023 season. What? I still own you. Horvat's got his "I still own you" shirt.
Hey, you know what? After we were after debating or fighting on the internet about Aaron Rodgers, I've come to the conclusion that I'll always love Aaron Rodgers, but I understand why people dislike Aaron Rodgers, and I understand the frustration with Aaron Rodgers, especially in big games and big moments. I have a cold right now; it sucks, but I didn't help myself.
See, I was going to open this by saying, because you and I have been tweeting each other all week, and then texting Monday night, which I'm going to go back and look at what we were saying because I don't remember. But I was going to open and say, I understand where you're coming from. I understand. So you have, personally, I don't like Rodgers, right? I'm not going to get into all that. I don't like him. Yeah. I want him to retire. I'm tired of him. I'd rather he stayed than got traded. I do not want him to get traded. Oh my God. I don't want to see him play anywhere else. I don't care what it would bring us. I can't, not only do I not want to see him play somewhere else, then I can't, because I said this the other day, I'm on a stream here and then the stream breaks and I got to care about this. And even if I don't want to care about that, I'm going to end up having to care about that. So I don't want to care about that. So either go away or whatever. And then I think that he has played bad in these last 3 games.
Awful.
The elimination games at home. I think that the last 5 weeks, I mean, Jordan Love could have given you what he gave you. So I'm not like, I think as the career went, he's played very poorly, not up to his standards. And in the first part of his career, he played very well. It's just the Packers had dog shit all around him. I mean, you threw out all these examples. Ripkowski's fumble, Ladarius Gunter, Seattle.
The Kuhn one against the Giants is very underrated that nobody talks about.
Which one?
The game where they really let him down? He wasn't great in the game, but so I went back and watched every single Aaron Rodgers playoff loss. And I think that there's...
Why?
Because the narrative is he's this huge playoff choke artist. And early on in his career, he wasn't. There were some bad performances, obviously. The defense was historically bad. Those defenses against like Kaepernick. But the game, the 15-1 season game against the Giants at Lambeau Field, everybody pretty much lets them down in that game, man. Kuhn has this terrible fumble. I believe there's 8 drops in that game. So he's not great, but nobody steps up and makes a play. And those defenses were terrible. But also the difference here, really quick, and I'll let you finish. The difference between, I get the frustration because he's not Brady. Like, you watch Brady and you always just know, oh, this fucking guy's going to win this game. You watch Rodgers, and as fans now, we expect to lose those games, and it's frustrating as shit, especially when he's the highest paid quarterback or whatever he even is right now. He's owed $55 million. So I get the frustration. I just don't like – here's the thing. I totally – and I agree that he's the reason for some of the playoff losses. He was awful against Detroit. Terrible against San Francisco last year. I thought he was pretty damn good against Tampa Bay, except for the fact that he was gifted 3 turnovers, did nothing. I give him the pass of Bakhtiari gets hurt. Week 16, the Bears week. And Rodgers got the shit kicked out of him in that game. And that defense was really good, Tampa's defense. You saw what they did to Mahomes 2 weeks later in the Super Bowl. Rodgers was, the stats, the numbers, he brings them back in that game. He needed to be better, though. I agree with that. I don't know. I feel like, early on in his career, he could carry some bad teams, and now he's old as shit. So I feel like maybe the best case scenario is Rodgers does go somewhere else, not San Francisco, because you don't trade him in the fucking division, because I still want to win a damn Super Bowl. And I'll be rooting for Jordan Love, but it would be like,
San Francisco don't want him. They got 3 guys to worry about.
They'll take Aaron Rodgers over all 3 of those bums, dude. That's the thing. Like, while you guys are frustrated with Rodgers, like everybody I know that's a fan, like here in DC, they'll kill for Rodgers. They'll trade anything for him because
well, it's different. They were going between Wentz and Heineke.
But that's the thing. So we've like taken it for granted to win 13 games every year. I wish they would win some of these playoff games too. And I'm not making excuses because they've surrounded them with talent. But I mean, MVS couldn't ever stay healthy. I don't know. Let's say they draft T. Higgins over Jordan Love. I think it's a different situation. I don't think he's trying to force it to Devontae in triple coverage. He doesn't trust everybody. And rightfully so. I mean, I watch all these games, though, and dudes have constantly let him down. Guys have also been wide open. He misses throws. I get the frustration. I just hate he's the reason that we won one Super Bowl because he's this choke artist when it's just not the case, man. Like he was hanging like 28, 30 points in some of these games. Defense couldn't make any stops. Like
and that's one of the things that I wanted to say is, and that's why, we were doing this poll the other day where come on. So after the Super Bowl, they have Clay and Rodgers out there, and Vince Lombardi's ghost comes down and tells you, hey, you're going to get 12 more years of this guy. You're not going to go to one more Super Bowl. You're going to sign up for that? Or wouldn't you be like, whoa, how poorly run is this fucking franchise going to be?
No, I got that. Well, then I understood. I thought you meant like, would you want to run it back with Aaron Rodgers? Would you sign up for that again? Or would you take your chances with other quarterbacks? And I just don't think.
No. I don't want to. I didn't need other quarterbacks this last decade.
Or I didn't know if the question was I get to choose another team because I'll tell you this, like, instead of having gray hair already and probably a stomach ulcer and I'm going to die in like 15 years because of this fucking team every year in January, I would love to just like have life redone. And I grew up in Boston and every year I have a team winning a championship and I got Tom Brady for all those years. I always tried to make the case Rodgers was the greatest of all time. He's not, unfortunately. The playoff failures, even like him, here's the problem, man. It's not the NBA. Like he can't be LeBron and just take over a game and drop 50. He like in the NFL. Yeah. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo's played in. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger has more Super Bowl rings than Aaron Rodgers. I'll take Aaron Rodgers 10 times out of 10 over Ben Roethlisberger. Or people always tweet me pictures of Eli Manning, more rings. Well, yeah, man, give Aaron Rodgers that pass rush on those teams and Strahan and those guys, and all he has to do is go out there and score 17. Young Rodgers. I don't know. But I do get the frustration. And he's probably knocked out of even when it's all said and done. I don't even know if Rodgers will be a top 10 quarterback. Look at these fucking quarterbacks right now, man. I mean, but here's the thing. What if Mahomes never wins another ring? Because
that's a good question. Yeah. Then Chiefs, then people that got kicked off the radio and are doing podcasts in their basement in 10 years are going to be like, well, the Patrick Mahomes, what did the Chiefs do? Then there was that AFC title game they had to play in fucking Atlanta or whatever.
Because here's the thing. Mahomes, Herbert, Burrow, Josh Allen, all these guys, Lamar, they're all not going to win multiple Super Bowl rings. And I think they're all fucking awesome. It's just, that's football. And it's fluky. Let's say this, man, like if these Green Bay teams, some of these teams, if they played 5-game series, even like best of 3, I don't know, best of 7, then they probably have like 6 Super Bowl rings with Aaron Rodgers. It's fluky as shit. There's been some weird games. Last year against San Francisco. We got to get them at home in the cold weather. No, if that game is played in 70-degree weather, we probably see the same thing we saw earlier on in the season. Yeah, Green Bay had to hold on late in the game, but they beat San Francisco. If they played the Rams the next week in the cold weather, they would have beat the living shit out of them. If they just lined Aaron Rodgers up under center and he turned around and handed the ball to A.J. Dillon in a cold weather game like we keep hearing about. Here's my other take really quickly. Jamal Williams, absolutely love him. I said this on draft night. I said, I like A.J. Dillon. I liked him at Boston College. I would have rather brought back Jamal Williams.
2 years, $6 million.
He's a better fucking running back than A.J. I know A.J. Dillon has legs.
The league in touchdowns.
Jamal's a better running back. He might be the best goal line back in the league, no?
He's A.J. Dillon. If there's like 30 A.J. Dillon plays, I'm disappointed in 28 of them. And then he's dropping passes wide open. Like I thought, he's a good catcher. He just never had to catch. And then he's just dropping passes. Look, the whole thing was a disaster. I need to focus my attention on something else real quick, which I'll do in a moment. Since we are kind of on this topic, I'm going to play a voicemail. It's from Brett and Tosa, who I'm going to talk to on Monday's show. We were arguing on Twitter about the Brewers, so we need to hash that out, me and him. But he's got a voicemail about the Packers because I was really hard on Rodgers, then I was really hard on the Packers. Voicemails brought to you by Carl's Place. They've got golf simulators. carlofet.com/Bart. Here's Brett in Tulsa.
Hey, Bart. Just wanted to talk about the Packers actually just a little bit here. And I agree with most of what you're saying, but you've kind of changed your tune in the last couple of days and kind of taken some of the blame away from Rodgers. And I just want to kind of shoot that down a little bit. My take is you can break Rodgers' career up in two halves. And the first half, he was incredible. There was a lot of those games where overtime they didn't get the ball or defense let him down. And I'll put the first half of his career in the Packers that they probably should have had more than one Super Bowl. However, the last 7 years, 2016 NFC Championship game and the 2019 NFC Championship game, I know the defense got smoked in both of those. However, he went into halftime with 0 points in each game. And if you're the best player in the field, I don't care if your defense isn't playing well. You got to control the game. You can't go in half with 0 points and blame it on the defense. 2020, 3 drives at the end of the game, either take the lead or tie. Nothing. 2021, he scored 10 points.
It's a good voicemail, but it's basically now just what we were saying. So, Brett, thank you.
This out to me too.
Yeah, Brett, I'll talk to you on Monday, but good voicemail. I do want to say the 2016, I think is where we can change it, because against Atlanta, that was his version of LeBron's first Cavs team that he took to the finals. They fucking were terrible.
Yeah,
that was all Rodgers to get there. So after that, I think that'll be the switch. So I'm not going to be mad at him for 2016, but then everything that's happened in the last few years.
And again, I'm not making excuses for the guy. And he was, this year was a mess. And I mean, it was a mess as soon as Devontae got moved. You knew it was going to be a mess. And then I was like, you know what? Bring back MVS. That's when you know you're a mess as a fan. And then they can't even bring back MVS. And I like Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs, but they're going to be great players, especially Christian Watson. They just shouldn't have been relied upon year one, especially when you know how pissy Rodgers is with these kids. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's many reasons they didn't win. The other game, I don't give them a pat. Oh, like look at these defenses though he had to go up against. Again, I'm not making excuses, but those Niners defenses with Patrick Willis and those guys, man, I mean, they were nasty. And then Seattle, the Legion of Boom. I mean, that was historically a top 5 defense of all time. I don't know. I wasn't really around for the 85 Bears. I only watched like YouTube clips and shit. But also in that game, he could barely move. And there was no reason that, like in the second half, man. I mean, they just, I don't understand. You go back and you watch that game. That's the most frustrating game in fucking NFL history. I don't put all that.
Like what I was doing yesterday. There's so many, like, you try to talk about the Packers and Rodgers' career, and then like 8 thoughts come into your brain, and you're like battling which one you want to say.
Yeah, and all we bring up is Brandon Bostic, and like after years,
no, Julius Peppers. I hate Julius Peppers.
Everybody, you go back, you watch that game. Everybody like equally.
No,
bucks.
Julius Peppers told fucking Burnett to go down. Hey, let's do this. We are woefully late for a break. We'll come back. Can you stick around for another segment?
Actually, I got a dentist appointment.
Oh. Joe, you want to replay an interview we did with Rocky Blyer?
How about Jerry Kramer? We'll talk a little ice bowl. Do you know it was negative 13 degrees at kickoff?
Ice bowl memories next.
Getting in it.
We're back on the program. We're brought to you by HappyPlaceHemp.com. Here's what we were doing with Happy Place Hemp. They sell CBD products. They've got gummies. I've been taking them. After the Packers lost, I took 2 of the nighttime ones and then did the postgame show. And you can see in the postgame show, like when not the nighttime part of it kicked in, but the THC kicked in. I got very loopy.
Yeah.
And it was fun though. So I take those, they help me sleep. Also, I just learned that I have gout. I think I self-diagnosed that I have gout. So I don't know. I will see a doctor at some point, but
I don't know what that is.
It's like joint inflammation in various parts of your body.
Sounds like you should drink some more water and just, some more gummies. And
that's how I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
American healthcare. I don't want to fuck around with that. I don't want to go pay a doctor $9,000 to tell me what I already know.
Exactly.
Gummies for 32% off. And they're 32% off this week because we were going to do however many points Green Bay scored, but then they only scored 16. So we doubled it. So it's like a third of the price. And that's going to go through Monday Night Football. So it's for this week, but they're going to have the promo code BART at happyplacehemp.com, 32% off through the football game that we'll get to on Monday night here momentarily. The other thing I wanted to say Packer-wise before we do the picks, thanks to our friends at Golden Chicken, is I'm in defense now. So I don't think they should run it back, but they shouldn't, don't bring Hackett back. Don't hire your brother, okay? I really don't want him to hire his brother.
But I actually don't mind it, man. If I mean, because he's not going to give up play calling, so those are just going to be so those guys keep jobs. He's just going to be doing them favors.
Yeah, Matt LaFleur's whole career is doing guys favors.
I want them to trade Aaron Rodgers, preferably. I don't know. Tennessee doesn't have any wide receivers. They're not going to trade him within the division.
So do you want Rodgers to go somewhere and be good?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. I want to see him go somewhere.
You guys all hate him. Why would I want? And why do you want his final couple of years to just be people shitting all over him? And I don't. I think he's probably going to need a bunch of talent around him. I mean, he's getting fucking old, man. Like, you see it. Those throws, they're all over the place. Look, Rodgers was terrible against Detroit. I mean, he was. Here's the thing. Everybody let him down, but I'm not going to make excuses. Aaron Jones needs to stop fumbling in big games, but I love Aaron Jones. A.J. Dillon, it's hit or miss with A.J. Dillon.
He's not good. I don't think he's good.
Sorry. I like the receivers, but they're kids. Like, my mom was texting me, worried that we saw the last of Lazard. I'm sorry, but if we saw the last of Lazard, we've seen the last of Lazard.
Yeah, I looked it up. He's been there for 4 years. I was like, shit, I thought
because of
Rodgers was speaking up for him last night.
Because Rodgers was throwing to St. Brown and a bunch of bums, and he said, give this fucking guy a try. That's the other thing, other than Devontae. I don't know. The last couple of years, other than Devontae, I liked MVS, but there were too many drops, couldn't stay on the field. But no, I mean, the frustrating part about it, though, second half, you need a touchdown drive, and it's the Detroit Lions. I mean, I know the Lions were a fun story, but that secondary is absolute dog shit. Okudah has been terrible, and he wasn't even playing. He's probably their best corner. Wasn't even on the field. You got Rodrigo, the Hard Knocks crew. You can't lose to the Hard Knocks crew. Hutchinson's great, but he's 22 years old. Figure it out, man. I don't know. It was frustrating. But then again, did that team really have any business going to the playoffs?
The Packers?
Yeah.
No, I would have talked myself into them beating San Fran. They would have got their ass destroyed.
No, they probably would have beat San Fran.
Yeah, I'm still thinking they would have.
If they got in, they probably would have made a run. The problem was Detroit was a terrible matchup because it was just a bunch of dudes that just went out there and didn't give a crap. You know what I mean? Their season had pretty much just ended. It's Dan Campbell and a bunch of tryhards. Ben Johnson, their OC, is way better than LaFleur. I love LaFleur. I might trade LaFleur for Ben Johnson, the OC of the Lions. I want to run some of that shit.
I would trade LaFleur for no one to be the coach. I would trade him for nothing. I think he's awful. I don't, and I want to take that back. Dude, he's won 13 games every year, but this year, and this team was. I mean, Devontae. Let's be honest. I love Devontae. He fucked this team. Even if you're just gonna say it was the chemistry and whatnot, I feel like I don't know. Devontae fucked us, and he kind of fucked himself in the long. Well, did he though? He's rich as shit, and he gets to live where he wants and play for the team. And he's got a Taco Bell in his house.
Do you think he really has the Taco Bell in his house? He's so good.
You think the commercials are lying to me?
Why? Even if Devontae was like, I'm not going to play football. In the long run, he was going to come and play football, and you franchise tagged him. I get you wanted to do right by the guy. Trading Devontae Adams, I would have done. They should have done what the Clippers did. Remember when DeAndre Jordan was going to sign with the Mavs and Chris Paul and Blake Griffin and that bum Doc Rivers? They traveled they put a chair in front of the door and wouldn't let him leave. Why didn't we do that with Devontae? Why didn't you send everybody and say, hey, you could go to the Raiders next year if you want, or in 2 years, but you got to come back for this last run. Devontae is still the best wide receiver in the league. Anyway, the Packers suck. They break my heart.
Let's get the picks. And I do want to announce that in honor of Devontae Adams, I have put a golden chicken in my house.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck Aaron Rodgers, too, to be honest with you. I can't believe I'm not watching this team in the playoffs this week. Fucking the Lions, Rodrigo.
Hey, Crosby says he's coming back next year. That motherfucker needs to retire. He sucks.
Dude, no, that's me. I'm not saying that. See, here's my problem. Here's my problem with Aaron Rodgers, and it was the last thing I'll say about Aaron Rodgers, is that I'll critique Aaron Rodgers. He was dog shit this year. A lot of things went against him this year, but I'm not going to make excuses. He makes way too much money for those numbers. Not one 300-yard passing game. Makes way too much money. Figure it out. But
yeah, he was terrible fantasy quarterback for me. I had a league where I had him and Brady in a 2 QB league, and my
problem is loyalty. I was loyal until Brett until the end, which is, I know, not the take you want right now, but I love Favre. He's the reason I love football so much. Growing up, now he's a terrible human being. I want to throw that out there. But I was loyal until the end, and I was ready for Rodgers. Like, I love Rodgers came into that Dallas game. I always wanted to see him. Once I saw that he fixed that, remember when he came in out of Cal, he used to hold the ball like up here. Once they fixed his mechanics, I was ready to see him in a game. But I didn't want to see Favre go. And I bought a Favre Jets jersey, and I had the Sunday ticket, obviously, so I could watch my Jets and the Packers, rooted for them to play in the Super Bowl. I would have obviously rooted for the Packers, but
I think Rodgers should have came in for Favre in that last NFC Championship game, just like I think they should have played Jordan Love. They win that game Sunday if Jordan Love's a quarterback. Sorry,
maybe I don't know about all that, but like even the 4-12 year with Favre, and he threw like 75 picks. I don't know. I had fun watching him, and I was still a fan. So that's how I feel about Rodgers. And pretty soon he's going to retire. And I think
I can't believe I went to that game. Did you what? I got a bitch about.
No, last thing. My problem with it is you guys all have given up and you hate Rodgers. Like, yeah, you want him to be better in these big games. But now everybody hates him just because you guys don't like him as a person.
I don't like him as a person.
When you go back and you think about it, here's the thing.
He's a good person.
The anti-vaccine
don't like him. It has nothing to do with that.
No, but they were way blown out of proportion. He never even came out and was like, fuck the vaccine, COVID's fake. He just tried to not get vaccinated.
He said that about 9/11, not COVID.
And then he got COVID. Why did that information even need to be out there? I get it because he needed to be out the 10 days or whatever the bullshit was. But they throw out his stuff and then he just comes out and he defends himself and then everybody hates him. Or
he wrote up a manifesto and took 90 minutes on McAfee's show and begged to be canceled.
And all these stories, like the Deshaun Kaiser podcast, all this stuff, they wrote this big ESPN article. It's hilarious about Rodgers going to frat parties. He's always been a little bit of a weirdo. So he's watching 9/11 documentaries. And why did Kaiser, that's a locker room thing. Why do you really need to be talking about that on a podcast? I don't know. If you've ever played on a team, I thought that was kind of bullshit. I thought a lot of it was just blown out of
in the locker room. Talk all about the fake conspiracies you want. It's a team. It's brothers.
People hate Rodgers more and shit on Rodgers more than they do Brett Favre after all the awful shit.
That's because we all were fuck Favre. He's gone. Who cares?
Rodgers drinks whiskey. He's a California pussy.
I was never on that.
Plays with a broken leg, a partially torn ACL, a fucking broken. Oh, he sucked this year. He had a broken fucking thumb on his throwing hand too.
Will you just let me bitch about a first world problem?
Yes.
I sat in the club seats and they had the radio broadcast on the entire fucking time. It was awful. All right, on to the picks. Brought to you by Golden Chicken and Hale's Corners, and they put one in my house. Hey, bake me up a 8-piece dark meat in honor of Gary. Because he likes dark meat.
Yeah. You told me. You guys made a trip. A lot of chicken.
Yeah. Golden Chicken Hale's Corners, delivering catering, 414-427-5500. 414-427-5500. There's how many wild card games? 6?
Carry the 1. Yeah. Wait, hold on. 3, 6.
All right. So they're all going to get a golden chicken designation here. Also, I think that what would it be if there was no 7th team? Who would be playing each other? Because on paper, these games are awful. So the Seahawks would be out. I don't want to do all this math here. The Dolphins would be out. It's like
the Dolphins. Man, I'm actually kind of excited for that Seahawks-Niners game. If I could take out any team in the NFC and put in the Lions, I would take out the Minnesota Vikings, who are absolute fucking frauds. Vikings are a bad football team. I think here you want a hot take, and I'm pissed at them right now because they had a bunch of try-hard assholes. I think if the Lions got in, I think they might go to the Super Bowl right now. They've been the best team in the NFC the last 8 weeks of the season. In the NFC.
I would buy a Lions run. If the Lions would have gotten to the playoffs, I do this like daily fantasy thing where you build like a best ball.
Yeah.
You build your roster, and then I would have stacked Lions. Absolutely, I would have stacked Lions.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like they're a good football team. They're going to be a good football team. Unless Dan Campbell just ends up being a complete bust. I know it's fun right now going for it on 4th and 16 and shit. But eventually, you do that against good teams with real defenses. Anyway, I miss Golden Chicken. I wish I could give them a call right now, 414-427-5500. Today, I'd probably do a 12-piece. I would do 9 breasts, though, because I love breasts. I'd get probably a large fry. I'd have to do the mini tacos, of course. And then tomorrow, my wife would be like, hey, you want to just do Golden Chicken again? And I'd say, abso-fucking-lutely, 414-427-5500. Finger looking fucking good. And also, it's Friday, so you guys have the luxury of getting the fried fish, which for some reason here on the East Coast, no fish fry, man. I've talked about this numerous times.
Get the cod, maybe get some shrimp. I'm looking over some things that my kid would like, maybe the fried mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Not the cheddar jalapeno poppers. He would burn his mouth.
His ass would explode, too.
He's been a fucking psycho this week.
Is he still in diapers? I apologize. I don't remember what age that ends. I think my kid was shitting his pants until like 8.
No, my mother-in-law and wife potty trained him the weekend I went to the Hall of Fame. I came back and he was potty trained. I was like, oh, shit, that was easy.
You guys are just sitting there watching.
Like, this was a miserable weekend. I was just like drinking with Gary all weekend.
You're sitting there watching Paw Patrol, and all of a sudden he gets up and just goes and lays a deuce in the bathroom.
I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, that's something we learned. All right. This makes my life that much easier. Once they can wipe their own ass, man.
We're not there yet.
No, I know. But once you do get there, life is just kind of coasts. Parenting is easy, I think.
All right. Seahawks, Niners. It's the first game. 10 is the spread, I think.
Well, like right now, as we do the podcast, it's 9.5. I think it's going to go back up. Let's use 10 because I bet this game immediately. It's my favorite game of the weekend, I think. And I bet Seattle at 10. I think San Francisco wins this game. They're at home. That defense obviously is elite. Everybody's all hyped up about Brock Purdy. He should be rookie of the year. He absolutely fucking should not. I mean, he's went in there. He's been fine, but he averages like 6 yards per attempt. He has come back and won some games. The game against the Raiders. He hasn't really played anybody. I think the Seattle's going to keep this game close. I'm rooting for Seattle to win. Now that the Green Bay's out, I'm just rooting for fucking chaos and like Geno Smith to get into the Super Bowl. They wrote him off. He didn't write back. I think the Seahawks are going to keep this game close, actually. As long as they could if Kenneth Walker could get like 3-4 yards, because they're going to have to be able to run the ball a little bit here. I like Seattle to keep it close, though. What about you?
This is my halfway to Golden Chicken pull back game of the week. What I mean by that is I would drive to Golden Chicken to go pick up my food and then remember, what am I doing? They do delivery and catering. All I had to do was call 414-427-5500. I don't need to be in my car. They will come to me, right?
Yeah.
So with this game, I'm driving to want to take Seattle because I do see how Seattle, it's that first game. Everyone's on the Niners, dude. Like, not just to win this game, but to win the fucking Super Bowl. Everyone loves the Niners. People, it's the same. They're the NFL's version of the Celtics, where everyone's just like, oh, Celtics, the Niners. But I can't do it. I want to take Seattle, but I feel like a lot of me is just because I'm so anti everyone being on the Niners. And if in my heart of hearts, I see Kittle with a touchdown, Ayuk with a touchdown. Is Debo playing? Do we know that yet?
He's playing, yeah.
Debo's going to have 100 yards. McCaffrey's going to set a record, some record. I don't know what yet, but a good record. They are just going to wallop these motherfuckers. So I'm taking the Niners with the points. Regrettably, I don't want to, but like the Big Short said, you can't bet on things you want. You have to bet against the thing you don't want. That's how people make money.
Yeah.
I don't want there to be a recession.
This is my
I'm gonna bet on it.
This is my.
You know what? Can I say something about the recession or whatever? Inflation.
Yeah.
Because everyone's all like eggs, which is fine. How about a 12-pack of Diet Coke? This shit's costing me $9 now.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to get soda, it was if you got 2 12-packs for more than $5, it was a ripoff. Now, if you find one 12-pack for $5, oh my God, stock up and like black market that shit. That's the thing we should be talking about. Fuck eggs. You can go buy a chicken, make your own damn eggs. Diet Coke going for $9 a sleeve. That's the problem.
I remember when a dime bag used to cost a dime. You want to know how much condoms used to cost? I don't know. We never used them. The Seahawks, man. I want this. You know what? This is my golden chicken. I'm so glad that I am here in Hell's Corners or in the neighborhood where I could get delivery because fuck them, game of the week. I wish Seattle and San Francisco, I wish this for everything that they've done to my life, these two teams, I wish this game kicked off. And as they were running on the opening kickoff, end game just happened and it just went, pew! And both teams just evaporated from the universe like half the fucking Avengers did. And like 2 other teams played because fuck Pete Carroll and fuck the Niners for life.
Yeah, I'm looking forward all week to the playoffs, and then it's going to be these 2 teams.
Yeah. Put a not safe for work on the tweet just because like some people probably want football picks, and I think I've swore way too much. I'm going to try to calm that down.
Yeah, I'll put a parental advisory.
Yeah, I was going to try to keep this PG, but then we started talking about the Packers and like the fact that even if they were going to get killed by the Niners, I just wanted to watch one more game. They couldn't beat the fucking Detroit Lions. That's the last word. Here's a game. I
have one more thing to say about this game. This is good. Yeah. This is the golden chicken tasty mascot of the week. I want an 8-piece of the fucking Seahawk bird fried up and delivered to my house.
Yeah. What about this one? Here's the game I'm looking forward to watching the most, though. 2 of my favorite quarterbacks right now. Justin Herbert, a 2-point favorite right now, on the road against the Jags, 2-point dogs. I think the Jags being 2-point dogs tells me that they're going to win this game outright. You know what's crazy about the NFL playoffs? If you like underdogs, just bet them on the money line, which, well, I mean, if you want. I'm a fan of taking the points. But if you like the favorite, don't even worry. Like, don't do anything crazy like lay a money line minus 250. I think it's 85% of the time, like whoever wins the game, like the spread doesn't come into play. So if the dog is going to cover, like for example, last season, San Francisco closed as being 6-point underdogs against the Packers. They beat them outright. So if you take them on the money line plus 250, like usually the spread doesn't come into play. Like if the dog covers, the dog wins the game outright. If the favorite wins outright, they usually end up covering the spread. And it's like 85% the last how many ever years. I should have that in front of me. I do this for a living, but I just woke up. I like the Jags. The Jags are like the hottest team in the AFC the last 8 weeks of the season. It wouldn't surprise me if they were the Bengals and went on this crazy run. They get a pass rush. Defense has been weird this year. The first 5 weeks of the season, they were top 10 in like every statistical category. Then they were the worst defense in the league for like 6 weeks. It's been a weird year. But I just think Trevor Lawrence, who played like shit last week, has a bounce back performance. I would love to take the Chargers because on paper, they're the way better team. But that idiot, Staley, played everybody last week and like off them all. Not a good joke to make right now. You know what I mean, though, is like Mike Williams has a back injury. Joey Bosa is all fucked up. I think the Jags win this game outright at home. What about you? Robert Duval.
Well, what do you have the line at again?
It's 2. And I kind of thought
because it was even money yesterday.
Maybe it's kind of been bouncing around a little bit. I think that, I mean, if I don't like, bet for a living pretty much, I probably take The Chargers.
I think I'm going against what I want to do on all of these because I want to take Jacksonville. How do I not? I love Jacksonville.
Do you call them the Jaguars or the Jaguars? I can't remember.
I call them Jaguars.
Wire or War?
I say it wrong. However,
Me too. Well, yeah. I think it's War, and we say Wire.
Maybe if they were like any good, I'd get it right.
Well, they are now, though. They got Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence finally matured a little bit.
I think Brandon Staley is terrible. All he had to do was play for the tie last year, and he lost.
Exactly. I think that they lose this game, and then Sean Payton's coaching the Chargers. If I'm a Chargers fan, that's what I want.
I'm gonna take the Chargers here.
All right.
This is my 20 versus 12 golden chicken pick of the week. Because I want to order a 20 piece, but I'm just going to order the 12. And I'm going to be filled with regret that I didn't get the other 8 pieces of chicken, like golden chicken, goldenchickenhc.com. So I'm going to, God. I guess what I'm trying to think of is I'm trying to map out the playoffs. Maybe that's the problem. I see the Chargers getting smoked. Who would they play? They would go play Buffalo.
I don't have the seeding in front of me. Would they be the lowest seed remaining in the AFC? Well, it depends. Yeah, they would go play Buffalo, I believe.
Well, Buffalo and Cincy are winning. Duh.
We'll get to that.
Okay, we'll get to that. Okay. So
yeah,
I'm going to be
Buffalo
against you.
going to fuck Miami, yes.
I'm going to be against you on both of these. I'm taking
All
the Niners to cover the 10, and I'm taking the Chargers at this point to cover the 2.
Yeah.
And I do both with a heavy heart since nothing bad happened. I just hate both of these picks. So, but that's what I'm doing.
This is my, by the way, the Jags are this game is my my golden chicken. Man, some of this food out here is good and I love it, but I would trade it in a heartbeat for a 2 breasts right now, a 2-piece chicken, meaning I love Aaron Rodgers, but I would trade the fuck out of him right now for Justin Herbert or Trevor Lawrence. We move on. We move on. Hey, I forgot to give you my take about trading Aaron Rodgers. I have the perfect trade scenario. Now we might have to get salary cap Ken on the show because I don't know if I could do the numbers stuff. I was going to plug it into Madden and see if I can make that bitch work. Aaron Rodgers, right? I want him to at least have a chance for another Super Bowl if Green Bay is going to go through a little rebuild. But maybe we get the best of both worlds. We don't have to go through a full rebuild. I like Jordan Love, rooting for the kid, not as much as I like Lamar Jackson, who doesn't look like he's going to play this week for Baltimore. Don't blame him. He's probably like 70, 75%. They won't give him a deal, even though fucking Kyler Murray and Deshaun Watson are making all that money. What if Baltimore does a sign and trade, Lamar for Rodgers, and Rodgers goes to Baltimore? They actually, for once, get some wide receivers. They have a top 5 defense. Rodgers is in the AFC. You don't got to see him unless you play in the Super Bowl. And you get Lamar Jackson.
If there was a way to get Lamar Jackson to the Packers, I would eat every toy that you put in front of me to make it happen.
I mean, what if the Ravens trade Lamar Jackson?
That's the pipe dreams.
Like, if I'm Lamar, I don't fucking – here's the thing, man. I'm all about go out there with your brothers and compete for a Super Bowl and the love of the game. But Lamar, them not paying Lamar, it's always some shit with Lamar, right? It's like, oh, well, he can't – I mean, he needs to stay healthy. I get that. But he can't win the big game. Then he wins a playoff game. He can't beat Mahomes. Then he beats Mahomes. If I'm him and I'm 70%, if I'm paid, I'm going out there and risking it all to try to win a playoff game. But if I'm Lamar and they didn't commit to me, I'm not going out there because if you're hurt and you play like shit and you lose another playoff game, it's going to be, Lamar can't win the big one. You know what I mean? If he can't move around really good or he hasn't been out there in a month, throws a couple bad picks, then it's going to be, we're not paying you all this money. We're not going to pay you Dak money or Kyler money, who's never even, won a playoff game because you choked on the big stage again. So I think I can see this ending with, as crazy as it sounds, Lamar getting traded. And why would Baltimore want to trade him in the AFC? And again, I love Jordan Love. He looked good in the second half against the Eagles when they were, Not really. I don't know. But I would take Lamar, right?
Yeah.
Well,
And give him AJ Dillon and give him Mason Crosby to
like
back
people
up
keep
Justin
saying,
Tucker.
"Oh, imagine Lamar in Miami with." And I guess if he goes to free agency, yeah, he could go wherever the fuck he wants, and he's not committed anywhere next year. But if the Ravens wanted to get something for him, why not trade him to the NFC? And why not Green Bay?
I'm in.
He'd be a cold weather quarterback. Well, the problem is, can he stay healthy?
I was worried. We were kicking around Lamar things, and we are thinking, like, would the Bears trade Fields for Lamar?
I would.
And then use the number 1 pick.
One guy.
Do you think the Bears are going to trade that pick? I think they just take Will Anderson.
You know what I'd do if I was the Bears? I love Justin Fields. I don't know, man. And everybody loves Bryce Young. I really like C.J. Stroud. I think C.J. Stroud's really good. I don't know.
You're going to take another Ohio State quarterback when this one's still doing fine?
I wouldn't take a quarter. I would trade the pick. I like Justin Fields. You got to get him some help before. I don't know, though. I mean, it's like I love Justin Fields, and then for 3 quarters, he's just a damn weapon, man. Like, he could be the next Michael Vick. He could be better than Michael Vick, actually. He could. And he's a solid pocket passer. No, I'd keep Justin Fields. I don't want to be a hot take artist. I just really like C.J. Stroud. If it's next year, though, and they had the number 1 overall pick, it would be really hard not to take Caleb Williams, I think. I love Justin Fields. I don't think he's going to be better than Caleb Williams or Drake May even.
Drake May.
Oh, hey, can I talk about Sam Hartman really quick going to Notre Dame and how it was it was the best day of my life. Notre Dame for the first time since Brady Quinn has a quarterback. I mean, Ian Book won some big games, but he wasn't Sam Hartman. I'm so jacked.
Dude, you got to get on the Badgers train. Luke Fickell tweets out a little hype video 30 minutes before he announces every transfer. It's like the funnest thing ever.
So excited for that, too. Sparky is like way into that, by the way. He knows what every 16 and 17-year-old kid
loves recruits.
Yeah, we should get McNamara on here and we should talk some fucking recruiting.
I'm in.
All right, let's do some picks, baby. This is my golden chicken. Here's my golden chicken. I don't really have anything for this one, but I can tell you this. This is going to be a simple pick for me. The Giants. Our Giants.
It'll be a simple kind of pick. Why are you skipping the other one?
I'm not. Oh, you know what? This is in the order. So I bet all these games, and then I use them in my tracker, which if anybody wants, give me a follow. Hey, I want to toot my own horn really quickly. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place. ADD today. I hit 60% of my college football picks this season. Best season ever. You can follow me on Twitter. Ryan Horvat, all one word, RyanHorvat _ I got 2 NBA picks I'll even throw out. Well, you know what? Never mind. I won't because people won't hear this podcast today. But yeah, you can give me a follow right there. So what game did
that on the YouTube?
Those are the 2 Saturday games. It goes Seattle, San Francisco at 4:30, my time. Chargers, Jacksonville, 8:15. And then I went to Sunday. Oh, we'll go Miami, Buffalo. We'll go in order here. I didn't bet this game. That's why. Miami is now a 13-point dog on the road against the Bills. Tua not playing, Teddy not playing. Bills are going to just destroy them. I'll take the Bills.
Is Hamlin going to show up?
I don't know. Is he?
I don't know, but if he does, they're winning by 40.
Bills are going to kick the shit out of this Dolphins team, dude. That defense is terrible. Josh Allen looked healthy. That throw that he made to Diggs last week was just unreal.
I'm happy to say I knew who DeMar Hamlin was before last week.
Me too.
That's how much I love football.
Him and Rodgers took a picture together after that Buffalo game.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Nice. That really scared me. Glad he's okay. But this is, not every, they almost had their teammate die.
Yeah.
But Buffalo, there was a shooting there before the season. There's been snowstorms which have killed a lot of people. I mean, it's a shitty year to be in Buffalo. Now, I don't know if that'll matter with the football team. I'm just saying, like, they are heavy.
That's who you're rooting for this year, right?
I think America's rooting for Buffalo.
I am, but I'm kind of torn because there's another team that I really love.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I do. I think he's going to I'll get to that here soon. I think he fucked himself, though.
Why did Derek Carr leave the Raiders with 2 weeks left to go?
They benched him for Jared Stidham.
So why pay like Mariota left? Why is the thing to do leave? Would Rodgers have left if Rodgers was hurt and they said
no?
All right, Love's going to play these last 4 games. Rodgers went to left.
No, because he loves Jordan Love. Rodgers is a good teammate. You guys just throw him under the bus for no reason because
if he's a real good teammate, he would have gone to LaFleur and said, "Look, I'm 39 years old. It is too fucking cold for me to play. Put in Jordan Love, please."
People hate Rodgers because he gets baked and he goes on the Pat McAfee show and just talks nonsense for an hour and a half, stoned to shit.
People hate Rodgers because people hate Rodgers because no one person has single-handedly ruined the Lambeau mystique greater than Aaron Rodgers.
Mike Vick.
Yeah, I remember that game because I was so like that was the first time they lost at home.
Favre was awful in that Giants NFC
because they're old. Horvat, you're old.
Yeah,
I said this week. I don't like going outside to get the mail. You got to play quarterback in this shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're in their fucking late.
Yeah, 30s. I went to the Packer game because I knew I'd be inside. I was like, going to watch that game if I had to sit outside. I'm fucking old. I have gout.
I got fucking, Derek Wadabar on Twitter, and he's showing his all-22 film, and he's like, Rodgers misses this throw. Rodgers misses this throw. Yeah,
he misses Jair Gallagher.
He misses. No, I like that guy actually. No, not him.
I don't know Derek Wadabar.
I just made up a fake person because I
know Zach Zackerson.
I hate the guys that show. Yeah, use him then. I hate the guy that shows, hey, Rodgers missed this throw over here. Yeah, because there's a fucking 265-pound edge rusher right here in his face that runs a 4.3 40 that's built like a fucking cyborg, and he's old, and it's negative 10 degrees, and he's about to get fucking destroyed. That's why he misses this throw over here. You go make that fucking throw, Twitter warrior. How many fucking state titles did you win? Anyway, what game are we on?
This is my Golden Chicken Clean Plate Club game of the week. The Bills are just going to clean up on the Dolphins. They will cover the spread at whatever double-digit number you have it at.
That said, I'm not going to bet that, though, because I could see Miami running.
No way. I can't. I shouldn't get this confident because that's when I always lose. But under no scenario do I see Miami winning or keeping this game close.
I may end up betting Buffalo in this game. You know what I might do? I haven't seen what the number is. I might bet this right now. Hold on, give me a second. I am going to bet this. I found a way that I want to play the Bills. I want to play the Bills team total. So the total in the game is 43.5. Their team total probably is only in the 20s, I would assume. Well, anyway, I can't find that right now, and it doesn't matter because it's probably only going to go up. I'm going to take the Bills team total. All right, Giants, Vikings is the game I'm excited for. I should hate the Giants because they knocked us out of the playoffs a couple times, but we got them back a couple times.
And we love Daniel Jones.
We fucking love Daniel Jones. And I like Saquon too, because it was always, this guy can't stay healthy. I hope he doesn't get paid. Go fuck yourselves.
Hey, we're taping this Thursday morning. The Bears are hiring Kevin Warren.
Okay.
I think that hurts the Big Ten more than it helps the Bears.
Yeah.
This guy got USC and UCLA to join the Big Ten.
What is he going to do with the Bears?
I don't know. Get a nice office to do nothing.
I feel like maybe I should give a fuck about this story, but I don't right now. Giants, 3-point dogs.
I mean, if you're the Bears, you got the number 1 pick. The Packers didn't make the playoffs. The Vikings are going to lose this weekend, and you got the Big Ten commissioner to come over.
The Vikings are going to lose this week. The Giants should have beat them a couple weeks ago. They lost that game by a field goal. Our guy, Danny Dimes, who everybody was writing off except for us, is about to get paid. Fuck yeah, Danny. He threw for over 300 yards. Everybody does.
And we stuck with that one. And we talked to multiple Giants fans, and they tried to talk us out of it. And we said, no. Daniel Jones has something. He is the real McCoy. And look at him now. Another night, another dream is always true. Another dream that it seems to be true. Another night, I
feel joy, I feel pain.
Another night is I'll be alone. Another night, another dream is with you. You know, there's a lot of songs from the 90s that if they weren't overplayed as fuck, they'd be so good. All Matchbox 20. Also, I heard Better Than Ezra good at the store the other day. Living with you.
Well, maybe I'll call or write you a letter.
Yeah, great song.
You'll see on the 4th
But they're
of
just so
July.
overplayed back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
All right. I like the Giants to win.
What the fuck? I think they'll take the podcast down. Actually, we don't own the rights.
I just filled out.
We do not own the rights to Real McCoy, unfortunately. I wonder what.
Unfortunately, nobody does.
I'm guessing we're both picking our guy Danny Jones to beat the fraud.
Yeah,
Vikings.
look, I'm not even going to break this one down in a real way. I am, for some random reason, just going to give it my double cluck of the week. I like the Giants by 6.
Same.
They got a 3-point spread here for me. I'm not going to take the Vikings, and I'm not going to pick against Danny Dimes. So if you want to tail it. If you want to fade it, fade it. If you don't give a shit, fine. But I am not picking against Danny Dimes. I didn't come this far to go this far on Danny Dimes.
My prediction for this game is in a decade. Martin Scorsese's son is making a movie about this game, and it's called The Fuckening, because the Giants go into Minnesota where the Viking fans are all excited about their stupid 13-win season. Vikings, skull. The Vikings are so shitty, they just got beat. They got blown out by the Packers, by that Packers team.
Yeah.
Did the Packers blow anybody other than the Vikings out this year?
No.
I think they scored more points in that game than they did the rest of the year.
Yeah, Jefferson.
I was there, and I don't even remember how. I don't even remember what the fuck happened. It was so they and then it's, one more thing about these pussies.
Yeah,
it's always an excuse too. They didn't wear the right cleats.
Yeah,
you fucking travel to Lambeau Field.
You've got 9 ex-Packers on your team. You stupid idiot.
Exactly. Zedarius isn't even traveling with the team. That's not going to end well. Giants win. And I really mean that. All right.
It's like the Vikings travel to Seattle and it starts raining and then be like, where'd this water come from?
Yeah. Danny Jones.
Know your elements, dog.
Saquon, 3 touchdowns. I think Kenny Galladay. I might bet Kenny Galladay to score a touchdown.
I think it's a great bet.
What about this bet? I like Baltimore plus 8.5 against the Bengals. And I might even do a little plus 310 money line. I love this Bengals team, but I think Joe Burrow may have played himself because in that press conference, I got a kick out of it. And he probably just hangs 40 on Baltimore because that's what he does. Do you see that, though? He was like, this is the new norm around here. We're going to win the division every year. We're going to smoke our cigars. We're going to wear our T-shirts.
He said that?
And then they asked what the window is for the Bengals because obviously eventually he's going to get paid. They're going to have to pay all these kids. And he goes, the window is as long as I'm here. Players will come and go. Coaches may change.
Oh, they're winning by 20.
I think Baltimore heard all that.
I wish Rodgers said that.
Roquan and all those guys are all pissed off about it.
Fuck that. Roquan just got paid. He don't care.
I think Tyler Huntley starts this game, plays like shit, and at halftime the lights cut out. Undertaker music plays. Lamar runs out there. He's got a milkshake. He's got popcorn. He's fucking ready to go.
And he'll be like,
rushing yards.
You want to talk about windows? I'm slamming this bitch shut.
Hey, there's going to be here's the thing. There's going to be a big upset this weekend because everybody's money line parlays and teaser parlays.
So, all right, what's the most I see that's where I want to go back to Seattle.
Like the Giants beating
I don't know, something about it being the first game of the weekend and everyone's like, "All right, I'm going to settle in. We know what's going to happen. This weekend sucks." And then boom, Seattle fucking beats San Fran. I'm going to change my pick.
I picked Seattle. You would have.
I didn't. But I am now.
Oh. Yeah,
I'll edit that out.
You know what? Just for show purposes, I'm going to pick Baltimore.
I'm not. I think actually that's a terrible play. I'm taking Cincinnati.
They're really good, dude. All right. Cowboys, 2.5.
Like you're the professional, but I'm that's a terrible play.
I wouldn't bet Baltimore on the money line. I do like them plus 8.5. Now that we've went through the key numbers and we're 8.5, Harbaugh is going to have these guys ready to play. That's still a top 5 defense right now when fully healthy. And as long as Huntley goes, man. Now, if Anthony Brown starts, forget everything I said. He's the worst fucking quarterback in league history. Well, Brett Hundley.
Kendall Hinton.
No, I hate to say it, Malik. He had a QBR of 12. He was QB 48 out of 48. Like,
well, they didn't let Malik cook.
because he can't complete a forward pass. He's terrible.
Yeah, I would never draft anyone out of Liberty. First of all,
No, and
went to
like the
fucking
signs were
Liberty?
there. The signs were there. He like destroyed like the University of St. Francis, but then he played against Ole Miss and they kicked the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I gotta bet this. So I liked Tampa Bay a little bit at 3.5, getting more than a field goal. It's Brady at home, but everybody and their mother is gonna say that. And the narrative is like the Cowboys suck because they just played their worst game of the season. It just went to 2.5. Give me. I've already played some Cowboys money line. I think the Cowboys are going to beat the shit out of Brady and the Bucs. I think the Bucs can't run the football. That team sucks. It took them. Everybody was all excited about the Carolina game because Mike Evans had 200 receiving yards and 10 catches and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that won me a league. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were down 10 fucking points to Sam Darnold in the fourth quarter. They needed a Brady comeback and a bunch of luck. I think that the Cowboys smoked the shit out of them. Are you rooting for McCarthy now that the Packers aren't in? I kind of think I am. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to root for McCarthy.
Let me tell you in the order who I'm rooting for.
What if McCarthy wins the Super Bowl before Rodgers and LaFleur? Holy fuck, it could happen.
I'm rooting for it. I'm rooting for.
I am too.
Well, first of all, I'm rooting for me first in my various number pools and squares.
Oh yeah, what numbers did you get?
They're all different for every game. It's fucked.
Yeah,
we're in a pool. Mike Wickett runs it, friend of show, and I think I finally got through to him because this motherfucker sends you an email to tell you that you got a text, and then he sends a group text to tell you that you got an email.
Yeah.
And then he's like, don't reply all. Well, how about you don't do both?
Yeah.
That's a personal gripe that we have to hash out.
I'm jealous of Wickett's dad who like just gets to like send his shit in the mail and then he doesn't have to be in these group texts.
Oh yeah, Tear Bear. I'm rooting for me first. Then I'm rooting for Buffalo and Dallas to make the Super Bowl so it can be like when I was a kid. Then I'm rooting for Buffalo. I'm rooting for McCarthy. I'm rooting for Burrow. I'm rooting against the Chiefs, against the Chargers because I hate their coach.
Why against the Chiefs?
Why the Chiefs? I'm so tired of the Chiefs.
All right, fair. Yeah, okay.
Look at me. I look like that sketch drawing from the news, the little leprechaun.
You do, yeah, the little leprechaun. Yeah, you do. Did you plan that?
No. Check out the YouTube. Get my numbers up. What?
So you like Bills, Cowboys?
I think the world is going to take Bills, Niners.
Yeah.
I like Bills. I might actually, if my life was on the line, I might say Eagles, Chiefs.
Here, I'll bet that for you really quick. I'll just throw in a little bit. So you like Bills, Cowboys? That's your pick. It
what
is
are the
right
matchups here? I'll give you. What's the odds? I'll give you $10 a bet.
Hold on a second. So,
give me Eagles, Chiefs.
20-1 only. I don't really love that price.
On Eagles, Chiefs?
Oh, Eagles, Chiefs? Eagles, Chiefs is plus 600. That's the fucking favorite. That ain't happening.
Well, yeah, but those are the two number ones, but no one's going to bet that. No one's going to bet that.
You should bet.
I'm trying to sit down here.
I'm going to go with. Fuck, who do I like, dude? I don't really know who's coming out of the NFC. I don't think it's going to be.
What is Seahawks, Jaguars?
Shit. Seahawks, Jags. I can't find.
Here, let me give you a real one to bet. I'll give you $10.
They don't have Seahawks, Jags on here for some reason.
Well, no, not for some reason. Why don't you give me?
You should be able to bet it.
Giants, Bills.
Giants, Bills.
Another throwback.
That would be Giants, Bills. This is great radio right here. That would be around.
That's why I love doing the podcast. If you don't like what we're talking about, just fucking skip it.
You're right. It'd be around like 80-1. We'll do that. Let's do Giants, Bills.
Yeah, give me 10 on that.
Would it shock you if the Giants? I don't think their defense is good enough.
Look,
again,
make a favorite in the AFC. Bills won't have to play a true road game, and then the NFC is going to be wide open as fuck.
Dude, you just talk. I'm betting the Giants to go to the Super Bowl right now too.
Give me. Yeah, what's the number there?
Here, let's bet it. I'm going to bet this live right now. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Well, I'm betting with you. I want the profits, so I'll give you money.
All right, cool. Here, let's play. Hold on 1 second.
How much we playing for?
We'll see. Let's see what the number is. So we could go.
Ooh, no, more breaking news. Golden Globes sink to historic low ratings.
Okay, wait. I got all the exact outcomes right now. All right. So
I feel like everybody was watching that this week. Did you see Jared Carmichael? You know him at all? The comedian that did the Globes?
no.
He just got up there and like Ricky Gervais tortures people. And it's like, oh, he tortures people, but this guy's a prick. Jared Carmichael was like, no, don't laugh at me. Fuck all of you. It was kind of funny.
What do you think about this one? Chiefs to beat the Niners 14-1.
No.
Chiefs to beat the Cowboys 22-1. What was the one you were asking me? Which one would you realistically want? What's your Super Bowl matchup besides Dallas?
I said Eagles Chiefs.
Eagles Chiefs. Yeah, that's 600 plus 600.
And okay, what's Giants Bills?
Yeah, now you're talking here. Giants Bills. As I scroll down, man, you could bet literally they have every matchup.
Isn't that the point?
Well, yeah, I'm on my offshore though, because to bet on MGM, I have to like go across the street right now. It is damn, we should bet this. I could get 124-1 on that. Here.
Yeah.
Let's bet $20 only because
10 each.
It's the fucking Giants.
All right.
That would win us.
That'd win us $2,500.
It would win us $2,500. Yeah. Jesus, I can't even. All right. Bills to beat the Giants. We're in.
Oh, Bills to beat the Giants?
We're not. You want the Giants to beat the Bills?
I thought we were just doing matchup.
Oh yeah.
No, do Bills to beat the Giants. Yes.
Let's do the exact. Yeah, let's do the exact result.
Oh, what am I going to spend money on? I'm going to have $1,200. What the fuck? What am I?
Bills to beat the Eagles is actually 11-1. Bills to beat the Seahawks 200-1.
No. Bills to beat the Giants.
Dude, what about this one?
No.
Bengals to beat the Cowboys.
Hold on, I'm gonna go into Golden Chicken. I'll be right back.
All right, see ya.
Could I get a 12-piece dark meat?
In honor of
Gary.
Are
we betting or not? I'm wrapping this up. Are we betting?
Yeah, we bet it. And then one more. We're gonna bet the Giants to represent the NFC. You want in on that too?
How much is that?
Here, we'll pick a team and we'll pick a team in each, okay? So let's just do the prices. Right now, god damn it. I shouldn't have taken the Lord's name in vain on the podcast. I'm Catholic, sorry. Apologize.
Yeah.
All right. Conferences to win. All right, now.
Let me just tell pretty much the podcast is over. Horvat and I are now just doing this. I just haven't ended it on record.
We'll leave it for the people though.
Well, I'm gonna leave it, but
yeah.
If you're like, what is this? If you're like, is there more? No, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
We're just betting now. Also, the next thing that I do will be the Goody presser post game Friday morning.
Oh, I might have to pop in for that.
It's gonna be a quick little YouTube. I'm gonna go to Tim Shea's house and do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can pop in if you'd like.
All right. Niners right now plus 150 to represent the NFC. Cowboys plus 575. Tampa Bay 10-1. Eagles plus 150. The Frauds from Minnesota 14-1. The Seahawks are 28-1. Our Giants 25-1. 20 on that too, just small. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do 100 on the Giants.
Oh, I'm not in on that.
You don't have to give me 100.
How much am I giving you? $20?
Yeah. So your 20 would be 500, or you could do 10, and I'll give you 250 for when our Giants go to the Super Bowl.
and I do 10 on the other one.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you a total of $20 for my 2 Giants bets with you.
All right, we're in. We'll figure that out later, but that's who we're going. We're going with the Giants and the NFC.
Put this in this time, unlike when I famously told you to bet the Bucks for me down 0-2.
Yeah, man, I thought the Bucks. I'm not gonna lie, I thought the Bucks were screwed. Thought that Suns team was going to take it that year, but thank God they didn't.
Horvat, we have been talking about Daniel Jones for 5 years. This is our destiny. This is our destiny. Put a fucking $1,000 on it.
Fine.
No, don't, please God.
What about are you worried about Giannis? I see people bitching about Giannis now. I think it's use. I don't understand why people are complaining. His usage is way too high. I saw some guy that was it like Bucks film? I don't even follow a lot of these people, and their shit pops up all over my stuff.
Because Elon Musk fucked up Twitter.
Yeah.
And I bitched about it, but then I deleted the tweet because I didn't want to lose my Twitter.
Yeah. All right, I got to go. I didn't realize it's already 11 a.m. Got to go. See you.
All right, well, thank you. Go Giants. Go Blue.
Yeah, go Big Blue.
Ryan Horvat, Golden Chicken, delivering catering, 414-427-5500. See you next time.